The media has not quite gotten the memo that things have changed. In fact, they think it's the first day of the Trump presidency 2017. You know, when they told us he was Hitler and that he was guilty of Russian collusion and he was an illegitimate president and all of it. Yeah, no, we're not playing that game anymore, but they're still trying to play that game. And yesterday, it was Elon Musk that became the target of their lies. Apparently, Elon Musk is a Nazi. Watch Jim Acosta. Yeah, that's right. Jim Acosta is back. Watch him talk to you about how terrifying Elon Adolf Musk really is.
And I did want to ask you about the inauguration yesterday. Elon Musk, I'm sure you saw this, the head of the new Department of Government Efficiency. He spoke yesterday. And during his speech, he used a hand gesture that looked like a Nazi salute. Let's watch that.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
After this moment when viral Congressman, the Anti-Defamation League released a statement, we can show this, saying in part, it seems that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute. Of course, if you go.
We're gonna let him finish, but I want you to remember we're gonna come back to this Anti-Defamation League tweet in a second. All right, but look at what they highlighted. Look at it, like it's 3 paragraphs long. But they just highlighted that sentence that says, it seems that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute. It's interesting that CNN chose not to it would have taken them another 20 seconds to read the whole thing. Remember that. We'll get to it in a minute.
On social media, there are lots of other people with lots of other opinions and say this looks very much like a Nazi salute, no matter how they're trying to clean it up. What was your reaction to that?
That was a Nazi salute. And he didn't just do it one time. He did it twice for emphasis. And if you talk to anyone, that's historians, folks who actually study the Nazis and study this actual kind of disgusting display, have been very clear that what that was. And he should not just apologize, he should be condemned for those kinds of actions. So gross, disgusting, but more of what we can expect, I think, from Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
And
wow. It's just, I mean, unequivocal. It's a Nazi salute. I mean, look at it. Look at the screen freeze that they show there. Look at that. It's clearly, look at online speculation explodes over Musk's straight arm salute. It's not even a salute. We'll show you what it really is in a minute. Did you see the clip that CNN just played there? He talked about the victory, he talked about the election, and then he does this thing, right? And then that's it. They cut it off, right? Wow, that looks pretty bad. It sure looks bad. This all started yesterday. Right after this happened, CNN, again, they started talking about it immediately.
I just want to look at that salute that he gave again. Just if anybody missed it, we'll just show it again. He's just wrapped up here. You can hear the. All right, so we just showed that. We just showed that. Yeah, that's true. That's all they showed. They didn't show what he said as he was doing that gesture, did they? No, we don't need to do that. We're just going to show this. We're going to clip this and show it to you because it's pretty bad, right? Oh, it's pretty bad. Let's talk about what we just showed because it's pretty bad.
Right. It's worth salute. It was quick. I think our viewers are smart and they can take a look at that. But it certainly was. It's not something that you typically see at American political rallies. Put it that way.
No, it was not something that you usually would see.
Actually, it's something you see a lot. In fact, many people on social media have putting out pictures of tons of politicians, including Kamala Harris, including Barack Obama, who do this quite a bit as they're gesturing and waving or, yes, saluting their fans in the crowd at rallies. Oh, that's not something you see very often. Have you seen all of the pictures of all of the politicians that we've seen over the many decades doing that exact same gesture? Oh, it's so tiresome. It's so stupid. But this is CNN. They think this is what sells for them. All right, watch them continue to dive into this.
And it was quick, as you point out. It was very quick, but it was in a moment of intensity for him as he came out dancing, and then he did that. He is a hero here.
There you go. All right. So then PBS picked it up. PBS Musk appears to give fascist salute at Trump celebration.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you that the future of civilization is assured.
Okay, so PBS News, I got to hand it to them. They just showed you something that CNN didn't show you, either with Jim Acosta earlier this morning or yesterday when let's show that again. Let's show that again. They allowed you to hear what he said right after because what is that? What is that? Grabbing his heart and then what is that? Right? Oh, great. They're going to do a screen grab of me now. Hitler political commentator. Here's what he said as he made that symbol.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you.
Well, that's kind of interesting context that CNN didn't show, isn't it? My heart goes out to you. It all seemed to have begun when Aaron Rupar, he's a person whose whole job it is to grab video and make conservatives look bad or look like Nazis. This is the clip he sent out. Take a look.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
And that's where it ends. See, he just cut it right there. It's funny how they didn't add that last part where he says, my heart goes out to you, because obviously he was doing a physical gesture, throwing his heart out to everybody because he loves them so much for. All right, but here's the beauty of it. Here's the wonderful thing about it. We didn't even try to care what they said. We're not playing this game anymore. We're not even go down the road anymore. We're going to mock you. We're going to laugh at you. We're going to call you on your bull. I don't have my beeper with me today. I can't say on your bull. We're not going to call you on any of that. We're not going to play the game anymore. We're not doing it anymore. I even saw friends who were like sort of rhino-y, sort of, they were never Trump adjacent in the first administration, but now that they've been through everything they've been through, they were watching this and saying, oh, hell no. Oh, we're done with that. We're not doing that anymore. We're not playing that. And here's the perfect example. Remember, I told you to remember this. The ADL, Anti-Defamation League. Now, the Anti-Defamation League, in its origins, was there to protect against the defamation of the Jewish people so that the Holocaust could never happen again. Their whole job was to call out anti-Semitism wherever they found it. Now, the person who's in charge of the ADL now is a guy named Jonathan Greenblatt. He used to work in the Obama administration. He was an advisor in the White House during the Obama administration. He got this job, and he sort of transformed the ADL into protecting transgender people and into sort of like a pro-woke organization. It's like, oh, you know what? It's about all defamation, not just against Jewish people. And it's a funny thing, when you turn the organization that was there to call out anti-Semitism and protect the Jewish people from anti-Semitism, and you turn it into anything that is a liberal policy that could in fact be interpreted as anybody. When you transform the organization in that way, you sort of lose sight of the thing that you're supposed to be doing. And the next thing you know, you've got anti-Semitic protests on college campuses calling for the extermination of the Jewish state. And that's what happened under the ADL watch. And I think the protests last year in college campuses that took the terrorist side after October 7th, that sort of woke the ADL up. Even the ADL has gotten the message, because here's the tweet in its entirety, not just what Jim Acosta highlighted. Here's the entire thing. This is a delicate moment. It's a new day, and yet so many are on edge. Our politics are inflamed, and social media only adds to the anxiety. In other words, telling the people like Jim Acosta and people who are on social media, stop it. You're part of the problem here. It seems that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not a Nazi salute, but again, we appreciate that people are on edge. In this moment, all sides should give one another a bit of grace, perhaps even the benefit of the doubt, and take a breath. This is a new beginning. Let's hope for healing and work toward unity in the months and years ahead. Funny how Jim Acosta didn't read that part on the air. Funny how Jim Acosta doesn't want his audience to know that the ADL is lecturing Jim Acosta to calm down, give the benefit of the doubt, and take a breath. Because they're not in the business of that. They're in the business of calling you a Nazi and inflaming their very narrow, dwindling, enraged audience who didn't watch the whole thing. They only watched the little clip that Jim Acosta presented for them. And if you're only watching CNN, you're thinking, oh my God, Elon Musk gave a Nazi salute at the Trump parade. Obviously, there's no doubt that that's what he did. Just like there's no doubt that that kid was bullying that Native American while he was wearing a MAGA hat. Remember when being the right? We're right back there again. CNN, a network that just lost a defamation suit in Florida to the tune of millions and millions and millions of dollars. And they're right back at it with more defamation, this time defaming the richest, most powerful man in the world outside of government. But guess who knows better than the ADL? Guess who knows more about the persecution of Jews and the threat of Nazis than the Anti-Defamation League? Guess. You guessed it. AOC. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez decided to Jew-splain to the ADL. She replied to their tweet and said, just to be clear, you're defending a Heil Hitler salute that was performed and repeated for emphasis and clarity. People can officially stop listening to you as any sort of reputable source of information now. You work for them. Thank you for making that crystal clear to all. So you see, AOC knows more about anti-defamation of the Jewish people and the threat of Nazis than the Anti-Defamation League. Yeah, things are different now. We're not playing this game. Even the libs over at the ADL are not playing this game anymore. And they are bitterly clinging on to the last vestiges of the only thing they know how to do against Donald Trump and his supporters and his voters. And that is to continue to defame us and to call us names and try to keep us on the fringes of society. Well, that ain't happening. Not anymore. We're not playing it. Vince Vaughn ain't playing it. He was at the balls last night. Carrie Underwood ain't playing it. She sparkled at the inauguration singing America the Beautiful. It ain't happening. Keep going, because that's all you've got. And as long as you keep going down this path, you will have absolutely no identity. You're no longer the opposition. You're no longer the resistance. You are a punchline. Increased tariffs on our trade partners, that's on the table. Tax cuts, that's on the table. Regulation changes, already saw some executed yesterday. Learn why gold is a viable diversification tactic now more than ever. Birch Gold, the only gold company, I always say company, but I do endorse other companies. But they're the only gold company I endorse, damn it. They're the only gold company I endorse. They're a viable diversification tactic now more than ever. I endorse them because they've got this brand new ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era. You got to get this book because guess what? We're in the Trump era. You got to get the ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era with a foreword written by Donald Trump Jr. That name sounds familiar. Get your free copy along with Birch Gold's free information kit on gold. Just text my name, Larry, to the number 989898. Larry, Larry. How else would you spell Larry? What are you, a Canadian? 989898. We got a national debt that continues to increase. We got interest payments on the national debt. They continue to increase. Gold is still your hedge against a weakened dollar. Birch Gold, still the company I love to convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Not a penny out of your pocket. Text Larry, Larry, the American way, not the Canadian way. Larry to 989898. Get your free copy of the ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era. No obligation, only information.